don't know that they hide behind religion, because I said this on this show once before. Jesus would be the Grand Marshal at the Pride Parade.
Now, why does she have to bring Jesus into her mess? So the View windbags, they never cease to amaze me. Never. They always have to make a controversy out of everything and point their fingers and say people hate the gays, people hate transgender. And you heard Sonny Hostin. If Jesus were here today, he would lead a pride parade. This coming from a woman who claims she's a Christian. Now, I'm not religious by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, I was raised in a Catholic family. I made my first communion. I made my confirmation. I don't go to church. I'm not religious. Let me get that right out there. But these women would want you to believe that if Jesus Christ came down to earth today, that he would be clapping and cheering and shaking the hands of all the people who claim they are a different biological sex or gender than they were born. They want you to believe that Jesus would approve of men calling themselves women because they're not good men. They're weak men. They are soft men. So they want to become a woman because people will accept them more. And they would want you to believe that God would appreciate women calling themselves men, which I'm sorry, that is all bullshit. Okay? Whoopi Goldberg went as far as to say, we were made in God's image. Now I'm going to play a clip for you. Have a look at the clip, and I'm going to talk more about this subject.
But it's wrong.
If you're so afraid, why are you going over there?
Yeah.
If they scare you so much, leave them alone. When stuff scares me, I leave it alone. If I don't want to be bothered, I don't go there. See, that's the problem. You don't want to just have your feelings. You want everybody else to join you. And you know what? You can scream, you can cuss, you can do all the things that you say. But you know what? Gay people are here. They're not going anywhere. There is nothing you can do. You know, you can yell and scream, but you know, as the Lord, as everybody was talking about, you know, made in God's image.
Yep.
Okay, one, I don't know really what she's talking about. If you're so afraid, don't go there. Leave it alone. And you can't just have your own opinion, because according to Whoopi and the rest of those windbags, those of us who believe men are men and women are women, we're no good, okay? We need to keep it to ourselves. We cannot voice our opinion because, again, as you saw, she said, made in God's image. Really? Okay. And then she goes on to say, you can scream, you can cuss, you can yell, but gay people are here to stay. Holy shit, Whoopi Goldberg, you are a fucking rocket scientist, because if she didn't just say that, I would have never ever known that there were gay people in the world. It took Whoopi Goldberg to answer a question, why does that guy walk a little feminine? Or why is he holding hands with another guy? Oh my God, it's because he's gay. Thank you, Whoopi, for clarifying that for me and millions of other people. That's how fucking ridiculous that show is. We don't know there's gay people. Well, yeah, we do. And you know what? No one, I love saying this, no one gives a shit. What we do care about is when the gay people decide they can be a different gender, or more than 2 genders or 3 or 5 or 15 or 70, okay? These people decide that they can have whatever pronouns they want. They, them, it, that, up, down. They want to be called dogs, cats, dragons, snakes. And they want you to believe that Jesus would be okay with this. Would be okay that he put these people on this earth as men and women, but they decided that wasn't good enough for whatever reason. My belief is always they need attention. That's why they do what they do. But they want you to believe that we never knew there was gay people, and we can't open our mouth if we can't go along with the buffoonery, because that's what it is. It's buffoonery. I don't think that God imagined when he created man that women were going to start having babies and they were going to be born one of 2 things, a male or a female. I don't think God ever imagined that these so-called men that were born decided they were weak. And I want to be a woman because somebody will pay attention to me. I don't think God would approve that doctors are cutting off the penises of young men, boys, and even older men because they think they're a woman. God would not approve of that. We all know these surgeries happen. I'm not telling you something you don't know. And if you don't believe me, just Google it because it's out there. But these windbags want us to believe that we cannot say anything negative about this culture. We have to suck it up and go along with it and cheer them on at their parades. Cheer them on when they're having drag shows and they're bringing children to it, because God would approve of men dressed and dancing around as women in front of children. They want you to believe, the windbags, that God would approve of that. That's how ridiculous these women are. This is the kind of rhetoric that they spew, because after all, it always falls back to politics as far as I'm concerned, because this so-called administration in the White House embraces all of this. So I'm pretty sure if you ask Sleepy Joe if he thought God would approve, he would say absolutely. I've known God for 150 years, more than anybody, and he would approve. Because Joe Biden, after all, has done more than anybody else who ever walked on earth. We all know that, right? He's done everything more than anybody. So he would tell you he's known God longer than anybody, and he knows God would approve of it. Just like God would approve of Dylan Mulvaney going to the White House saying he's a woman on his 300th day of girlhood. And Joe Biden's like, good for you. The windbags of The View, if anything, if cancel culture is true and it's real, if anyone needs to be canceled and silenced, it's the women on that show, because all they spew is hate, racism, and of course, they tell us that the Democratic Party is the party of all, the party that will save us all, when we all know that's bullshit. But again, thank you, Whoopi, for letting us know that gay people exist. And I still don't know. I have to think about it for a while, probably long after this video is over. I'm not sure what she thinks that we're afraid of, and we shouldn't go there. Because, again, no one gives a shit, okay? No one gives a shit. That's just like the shooting at the LGBTQ club the other night. The Democrats were quick to point the finger at the right-wing extremists, because The View will want you to believe that too, because we don't believe that there's gay people. We don't think it's right. No one cares. I don't understand how these women are allowed to go on television and talk so much nonsense when we all know that all they do is lie. All they do is speak for one political party, and they look right into the lens of that camera like I'm doing right now, and they'll tell you, you're a bigot, you're an extremist, you're the problem if you don't go along with men being women and women being men. Oh, and one other thing. This is a really important one. They'll want you to believe that God would be proud and happy and joyful. He would rejoice because men can have babies. I don't think God ever imagined when he was creating man that he was creating men, biological men, that could actually have a baby like a biological female. But this is what they want you to believe. So we're the bad ones. We're the bigots because, A, we didn't know there was gay people. One more time, thank you, Whoopi. And we won't hold up signs and cheer and dance around that there's 77 other genders, because anybody with a brain the size of a fucking pea knows that's bullshit. There's males and there's females. And yes, there's gay people. We all know them. I know them. You know them. Everybody knows them. They're just like you and me, but they just happen to like the same gender, sex. That's okay. No one cares. So thank you again, The View, for spewing some more of your nonsense. I really appreciate it because it gave me something to talk about. And I hope that God is looking over me and saying, thank you for speaking the truth, because he knows there's only two genders. There's males and there's females. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you real soon with something else. Have a great night.